because what the secular community say, of course we can discuss from that point of view. But the point is that what the three faith communities, Judaism is a faith, and it has its own stories. And people believe in those stories and live by them. Christianity is a faith and it has its stories and lives by them. Islam also is the same way. So it is important that what these three faith communities share in this matter, especially this personality, and where they differ. That's what our topic is, and that's what we talked about. But beside that, let me take one point that Dr. Eisenman mentioned in his talk about, appreciate very much what he said about the Quran. But one statement that he made is that Quran accuses Jews that they killed all the prophets. That's not in the Quran. There is a reference to وَقَتْلِهِمُ الْأَنْبِيَاء. That is the word that is used in the Quran. That is, they are killing off the prophets. But that doesn't mean all the prophets, because not all prophets were killed. And the Quran has never said that. So it is there. Yes, they did kill some prophets, and they attempted to kill some, but that's not all of the Jews. It's very important to keep in mind that whenever the Quran speaks about Christians or Jews, the Quran is there is a very careful language there. And that is, وَمِنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ وَمِنْهُمْ. From among them there are some who say that. And from among the people of the book there are some who do that. And that's what the Quran says, وَمِنْهُمُ الصَّالِحُونَ وَمِنْهُمْ دُونَ ذَلِكَ. From among them there are some pious people, and there are some who are other than that, who are less than that. So there is no general statement, sweeping statement that Quran makes in this matter, and that's why I want to correct that point. As far as similarities between the James' position and the Quranic position, I think it's very significant. I would like to read your book and to see that what those similarities are. I think this looks interesting because we believe that all the prophets spoke about faith and action. So it is not just James' position. It is the position of Jesus, the position of Moses, the position of Abraham, because all of them emphasize faith as well as righteous deeds. So faith and righteousness work together, and that is the Islamic position. That's why Quran says again and again, as you also mentioned, that الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, those who have faith and do the good deeds, and this has been repeated. Thank you.
Let me just quickly say one quick word before my colleague Dr. Gross says. I was quoting Paul really and showing, the reason I cited that is to show that I really believe the origin of that is Paul. And Paul did say all of the prophets. Now I do admit that the Quran is more indistinct, but what I throw back then to Muzamil, putting aside the Jesus and the John problem, which is really fraught with difficulties. First, did Jesus exist? Second, is he a composite character? Third, who killed him? The Romans, crucifixion is a Roman punishment and so on. The governor is the one who had the power to impose it, etc., etc. How historical are the Gospels? What is the vision of John? So that's fraught with difficulties. Then I throw out the question is, name one prophet that the Jews killed. They didn't kill Abraham, they didn't kill Isaac, they didn't kill Jacob, they didn't kill Ishmael, they didn't kill Joshua, they didn't kill Nathan, they didn't kill Solomon, they didn't kill David, they didn't kill Isaiah, they didn't kill Ezekiel, they didn't kill Jeremiah. In fact, when I throw that out to name one prophet that the Jews killed, there is a faint allusion to a problem with Zechariah, perhaps. One possible prophet out of... I ruled John and Jesus out as a very serious historical problem. I'm talking, that's polemics between Judaism and Christianity, the John-Jesus problem. But name one prophet. In fact, you can't hardly name any prophets that the Jews killed. Maybe they didn't treat them all well. That's why I said there is something that needs serious discussion, and that was the only point that I really wanted to raise that bothered me personally, and I felt that I had a right to raise that, so I did. I'm sorry.
In the Old Testament, you have a whole tradition, the prophets saying to the Jews and calling the city of Jerusalem, "You, the murderers of the prophets." The Jewish prophets themselves said to the Jews, You, the killers of the prophets.
Well, Islam was smart.
This statement is already there in the Old Testament.
Islam was smart because it didn't translate its holy book into foreign languages. These are inter-family accusations.
I would like to remind us all the subject is not what happened to the Jewish prophets. The subject has to do with Jesus.
Yes, but Jesus is part of that problem.
That's right. Jesus is the problem.
Yes, he is the problem.
Yes.
Yes, I agree with that.
The matter of faith and works has been wrestled with greatly by lots of people, and certainly in Christianity. And Dr. Siddiqui gave a very lucid account of how it is understood in Islam. The reformer Martin Luther said about the book of James, an epistle of straw. He didn't want it in the Bible. Well, it's in the Bible, so we have to deal with James, as Dr. Eisenman has. I cannot really speak for the Catholic Church. I can hardly speak for my own church, because we can't do these things unless authorized to say so.